Hello, everybody. Some people think being the teacher is very easy. They just show the IELTS A port, and after that, they download some materials from the internet and they come to class. They circulate the handouts and they start a lesson. That's not easy like that. This is the process of teaching. Here, look at this. So, firstly, you have to make lessons. Really, I used to read 3 or 4 books a night just to pick up some exercises, pictures, or information, right? And after that, I have to make uh, a 2-page lesson for my students. So that's why you think you come to class and you learn 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. That's very short. But actually, your teacher has to read, has to study, or spend ages collecting data. And the second one, flexible activities. That means before I start a lesson, I need to understand my students, what kind of person, right, he or she is, what they think about, right, the lesson, what they like. So, a teacher doesn't understand his or her students' psychology. He's not a teacher. So that's why it's hard. You have to be the kind of psychologist or even psychics, right? In a class. And for example, when you have to deal with a shy student, what you have to do. And if a student really wants to show off in class, what you do. So that's where you have to decide on the activities to control the class. And the next step, you have to give students exercises to evaluate how much they understand. So I see many teachers just copy and paste. They open a book and they choose the exercise, or they go to some web pages and copy and paste. No. To save the time, I also do this. But actually, when I see, right, my students don't catch, right, the ideas, I have to make my own exercises. That's more difficult. And the next step, revision. I remember I read, right? I read this in the book, but I forgot. So only 20% of knowledge your student bear in their mind. So that's mean when they get out of the class, they go home, right? They get 20%. But after that, the next day they get back to class. It is only at about 5%. So that's where you have to revise a lot. But revise means you ask right? Old lesson, very boring. So you have to change the way you ask, or you have to give them activities, right, to remind them of the previous lesson. Hard. And the next step, you have to give them tests, right? You have to give them tests to make sure they really understand, right? And you can evaluate, right, the percentage of knowledge, right, they keep. And even you can consider or evaluate their application. So that's mean you have to give them simple questions to test their memories. And then you have to give them exercises, right? Questions to test their critical thinking. All right. So you have to make flexible and different questions, right? For good students, bad students. And after that, you can see how different they are. And after the test, if most of your students don't understand, you have to make some changes. Here, changes. Because you cannot keep, right, your own methods. They are not suitable for the students in this class. Maybe you are successful in other classes, but with this class, they are not suitable. You have to change. And after you change, so you make, right, order process of teaching. So that's where a teacher must be creative all the time. Teaching is not easy. So that's why I don't like the kind of teacher who, right, just how we say, now today I will show you some tips of pronunciation. Now repeat after me. Orange juice. Orange juice. Yo, man. My colleague, right, sent me a video made by a TikToker. Orange juice. Orange juice. Orange juice. Orange juice. So they think they are making a difference. That means they are better than all the teachers. That's very stupid. I've been teaching for over 16 years. From high schools to English centers. Alright? And I've been teaching thousands of people. Not one or two. Not hundreds. Alright? See you guys.